let's just start off by saying that the government knows everything about you. Your name, what websites you search, that includes porn and whatever else you think you're keeping secret by deleting the search history, who you stalk on Instagram late at night, and what you shop for, what type of products you shop for online. Today I'm going to be talking about the dangers of the internet and internet usage and why all of your privacy is in danger as active users of Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and online shopping. I'm credible to talk about this because I've done my research to the full extent, and being an active user of the internet myself, I've encountered my own dangers of privacy. So, learning about the dangers of the internet usage and the threats on your privacy that internet usage causes will further change your point of view on using the internet. If not fully, it'll make you think twice about what you put online and using it as much as for certain things. So first, I'm going to be explaining to you the dangers of internet usage. Then I'll elaborate on how the government and other parties have access to your information. And finally, I'll conclude with how to be cautious and safe online. So now that I've explained to you what I'm going to be talking about, let's move to the first point. So, using the internet can be both helpful for the things you need to use it for, but also hurtful for your personal information without you even knowing. Even doing something as simple as opening up to your homepage and typing a question into Google can have your information stored and collected and put somewhere without you even knowing. According to BostonGlobe.com, your name, your credit card, your credit card number, your age, your address, and all of that is somewhere stored in an unknown database. So I know you're thinking, how is this dangerous if it's just stored somewhere? Well, let's say you go to buy something from Amazon one day, and you find out that your card has 3 other orders placed that you did not place. Well, how does this happen? Well, I'm sure a lot of you have used Amazon where they have, if you're an active user, they keep your credit card number or the last 4 digits stored somewhere, so the next time you purchase, it'll just automatically be on there. Well, doing that, it's helpful, I guess, sometimes when you want to just buy something quick, but it's also hurtful because leaving your window open, like let's say you're on Amazon, you go to the bathroom for 5 minutes or whatever, come back, even just leaving your window open can allow other parties to have access to your information. So that's one danger. Another danger would be, like let's say you go to apply for a job in a new city, and somehow your old Facebook posts and pictures that are a little inappropriate get brought to the surface, and they get shown to whoever's interviewing you. And you figure, how does this happen if you say you deleted them? Well, you may have deleted them, but the internet doesn't delete anything, and it's always going to be there whenever. It's not going to be present, but it's always going to be in the internet history. So not only is your identity in jeopardy, but also your personal information, like as well as, well, I'll get to that next. Anyways, if you want to keep something about yourself on a private tip, I suggest you don't put it on the internet. Or that includes social media, of course, and a search engine. Like I said, if you want to search certain things that you think people won't find out about, that's still in your history somewhere. So when using the internet, it allows open lines to other parties to view your information without you even knowing. Now that I've informed you on, The Guardian states that everything you've ever searched, looked up, or downloaded, like I said, is stored somewhere and can be used to determine what kind of person you are, depending on who's looking into the information, which in most cases, for whatever reason, can be the government. So when you think you're just opening one website, you're really unknowingly opening up various websites, and these other websites are just used for collecting data. It's just a system that downloads like everything that you're looking at on that website. It's downloading that as well. And as secure as these websites make you feel, chances are your information is still being processed and downloaded and set aside for whatever the use may be in the future. So now that I've talked to you about the dangerous aspects of the internet, I'm going to talk to you about how other parties have your information and what they can use it for. So if you're an active user of Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, whatever, the internet already knows where you live, who you hang out with, who you talk to on a daily basis, and all of that, because it can predict your moves and what you're going to do next. Articles from ProPublica.org states that the internet or whoever's behind them, like I said, can predict your next move just by the simple things you do every day. Like maybe you talk to the same people on Twitter every day. They're going to know who is in, I guess, your circle of friends on social media. And that's all from your activity online that I'm sure you never think would be known by internet sources. So, how many of you guys have bought something online from, let's say, Amazon, eBay, or Netflix? Well, just by doing that, your information is floating in the air. Like I said, it could be stored, or either it can be taken, like someone can use your credit card or take information from your phone number, your address, any of that, and use it for whatever can be used for. So if you hear that this only happens on like websites like eBay, Amazon, or whatever, it happens on social media as well. You put your information, your bio, about me, or whatever, where you go to school, all of that stuff can be used against you for whatever. So just be careful, like I said, about what you put on social media and the internet in general. So since I've talked to you about the dangers of the internet and how your information can be accessed and used, I'm going to move towards some solutions that can help prevent your information from being stored and accessed. So I know saying not to ever use the internet or whatever is a little extreme, but and though I strongly encourage you to use it as little as possible, there's still ways to prevent stuff like that from happening. One way can be to close your apps. Like before you lock your phone, you might be on Instagram scrolling and then your teacher comes by or something and you lock your phone. Before you do that, make sure you close out your apps. I'm sure you guys with smartphones know how to slide up the apps and that exits them out. Even though it's like still on your phone, it prevents it from having your windows open from, let's say somebody has some, if your phone is encrypted or whatever, it prevents it from being, your information from being downloaded. Also, sign out of your website before you engage in another one. So I know people like to have multiple windows open and everything, but it's better if you stay on one website than sign out of it and then go to another website. Also, according to HubbardTWPPD.org, there's little things as simple as firewalls to protect your computer, disconnecting from your internet source or your Wi-Fi when you're not using it, and security protection patches, which help detect if someone else is taking your information off the internet. So now that I've talked to you about the dangers of the internet, how people use your information to access it, and some solutions, I'm going to move towards concluding the speech. All in all, the internet is used for many things, whether it's good or bad. And the question's not of if the internet's bad or not, but do you want everything about you to be known? So basically, like I said, don't put everything about yourself on the internet. Don't, if you don't want it to be known, or if you don't want it to be stored, even though you think it's safe, keep it off the internet. And whether you're shopping for a new purse, searching for a good porn site, or simply logging onto your Facebook, remember, all of your information and data is being programmed and stored somewhere, and someone's always watching it.